What is going on, YouTubeverse? John Stanek from Johnny Radio here, bringing you another Viva La Vinyl classic album review, and it does not get much more classic than this, folks. 1970s masterpiece, Moondance by Van the Man Morrison. Such an amazing record. This was his third studio LP, and in my opinion, it's his best. I don't think he's ever topped it, which is really saying something because the man has amazing records throughout his decades-long career that is still going. I've done my top 5 albums video of his. You can check it out on my channel. There's a lot of debate about that because there are so many great records that didn't even make my top 5. One of them being the album that preceded this, Astral Weeks, which, many think that's a masterpiece as well. It didn't actually do very well commercially at the time, and I think a large part of that was, many of the songs were 6+ minutes and kind of meandered without a true chorus on some of them. They weren't as catchy to the popular music ear at the time. And leading up to this record, Van was like, okay, I got to get my stuff together and make something a bit more commercial, at least something that universally can draw in more of an audience. And knowing that going into this, it makes a lot of sense because this album is so universally loved, and one of the reasons why is just the songwriting is so strong on here, just from the opening track and It Stoned Me, which has this kind of raw folkiness to the music, but it sounds not like anything else at the time. It's hard to describe, but it's almost like he takes what he went for lyrically on this track, which is, about his love of nature, mountain, stream, oh, the water, that, pre-chorus, and then, just having a drink of water from some guy that gives him a drink, just these simple things in life that we take for granted that are so beautiful. He really matches that musically, and a lot of it has to do with his vocal performance. First of all, nobody sounds like Van Morrison. He's got just one of the most iconic voices that, it's got that rasp, but it's also got that aching beauty. I think a lot of it is, him being Irish and having that kind of passion, heart and soul in his vocals. But man, when he takes it up an octave at the end and does that, and it stoned me to my soul, it's so beautiful. And the way that the horns on this song interplay, the saxophones, that's another thing that's just so different about this album. The title track, especially, Moondance, fuses jazz in such a way, you got these kind of bluesy 7 jazz chords leading the charge, but then you've got the band that he hired to do this song also, just incredible. The guys playing the saxophones, the flute solo, it all fits so seamlessly. It doesn't feel out of place at all. And, just one of the greatest melodies of all time. It's a wonderful night for a moon dance. And it makes it just perfect music to hear at night, whether you're, eating dinner or up and dancing or whatever. It just sets such an awesome vibe. And, yeah, absolutely one of my favorite songs on this record, no doubt. Then you've got, of course, Crazy Love, which is a great ballad that set up future ballads that would go on to be even better, in my opinion, like Tupelo Honey. But his falsetto is really nice on this one. I also love the background vocalists that are kind of echoing when he says, love, 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 crazy love. I mean, classic, man. And then you've got Caravan, which is another kind of upbeat tune of just about, listening to music loud on the radio. I mean, such a simple concept, but he takes it to these mesmerizing heights. And I can never not think about his performance with the band on The Last Waltz when I listen to Caravan now. Because he's like doing these crazy kicks and he's like all into it when he keeps, saying, turn it up at the end. It's just so awesome. But then you got Into the Mystic, one of the greatest songs of all time. I mean, just gorgeous, this song. And I got to give a shout out to the lead guitarist on this, because the little fills he does are so tasteful and just really fit the vibe. John Plantania, who I believe played with him on many other albums after this. But gosh, man, he just gives it that perfect touch, which isn't too frilly. It's just like the perfect amount of lead guitar. Again, the horns, and when Van gets to that chorus, man, oh man, I want to rock your gypsy soul. Oh, it's just so beautiful. And again, he's mixing, you know, nature with love and just all the elements of humanity that are worth writing about. You know, it's just this record just feels so it's like a mixture of nature and spirituality in a way that many other albums just don't quite achieve. Van just knocked it out of the park on this one. And there's really not a weak track, although side A has clearly got the better lineup of songs, but Come Running to You is a really nice one. These Dreams of You, Brand New Day, another beautiful song that feels like a religious experience, especially with those background vocalists. Back in the day, I actually performed that song at a church, and it made perfect sense. You know, feels like a brand new day. Just beautiful. And then Everyone is another great track. The only one that I'm not crazy about is Glad Tidings. Not that it doesn't fit in musically, I just feel like it's not quite as good as the other 9 tracks. And quite honestly, probably could have left it off the record. Everyone would have been a really nice way to end it, especially after seeing Royal Tenenbaums and saying that's like a perfect way to end that film. But yeah, man, gosh, such a good album. I give this a 9 out of 10. Absolute classic. You got to have it in your collection. And if I had to pick my 2 favorite songs, that's hard to whittle down, but I'd have to go with Into the Mystic and Moondance. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments below what you think of this album. What would you rate it? What are your 2 favorite songs from it? Yeah, Van the Man, just thank you so much. If you never did anything but this album, it would still be just one of the greatest of all time. Certainly one of the greatest of the 70s. And on that note, stick around on this channel. As you know, we just wrapped up the top 60 albums of the 60s with Nathaniel Ahart. We're going to go right into the 70s in the next few weeks here, and I think we'll probably be seeing this album on that list. So thank you guys for watching. We got top 5s every Friday, album reviews, so much more. Thank you, and as always, Viva La Vinyl. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and be sure to ring the bell for notifications so you can always see great quality content like you're seeing on the screen right now. Thank you so much for supporting Johnny Radio, and I'll see you soon.